Welcome to Star Trek Jeopardy. I am your host, Nick, from the Keeping Up with the Cardassians podcast. You may be looking for Rob. Well, let's be honest. He's not good at this. We fired him. He sucks. He's out. Bye. You get me instead. But anyways, make sure you follow us and like us on keeping_up_Cardassians on Instagram, or give us a like and a comment here on YouTube. Also, if you have good themes that you want for the next week of Star Trek Jeopardy, let us know. Put them down in the comments, and also put down your final scores as well. Let's see how you all do. Now, with that said, let's get into Star Trek Jeopardy. The clues for Star Trek Jeopardy are Star Trek Strange New Worlds, Name That Ensign, Trek Writers, Potent Potables, Hobbies, and the movies. We'll start with Star Trek Strange New Worlds for 200. Star Trek Strange New Worlds is a spin-off from this new Trek series. The answer is Star Trek Discovery. Name That Ensign for 200. Who is that ensign, and why hasn't he been promoted yet? Yes, of course, that is Harry Kim. The next clue, Star Trek Writers for 200. They produced the episodes Barge of the Dead, Tapestry, and Our Man Bashir. Who is that writer? It is Ronald D. Moore. Potent Potables for 200. This potent beverage, a staple of Klingon celebrations and rituals, is known to be best served warm. The correct answer is, of course, blood wine, which tastes much like tequila, I would imagine. Hobbies for 200. Data often picks up this instrument. The answer is the violin. He's a prolific violin player. The movies for 200. Khan is famously yelled in this Star Trek movie, but you got to do the fists too. The answer is Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. We're in the Star Trek Strange New Worlds for 400. Uhura's rank when she is first assigned to the Enterprise. Uhura, of course, is a cadet at the time that she's assigned to the Enterprise. Name That Ensign for 400. Who is this attractive young man? The answer, of course, Travis Mayweather. Trek Writers for 400. They wrote the episodes Schisms, Unimatrix Zero, and All Good Things. The answer is Brandon Braga. Potent Potables for 400. This blue drink was illegal in the Federation many years, but that didn't stop Starfleet officers from trying it. Of course, the answer is the delicious Romulan ale, which tastes just like Everclear, I'm sure. Hobbies for 400. Captain Benjamin Sisko was a huge fan of this sport. And no, the answer isn't bombing planets to make it uninhabitable. The correct answer is baseball.
Strike three! What? What are you talking about? That ball is at least a half a meter out. How could you call it a strike? Reverse the call. Reverse the call.
That was low and outside.
The ball was clearly outside.
Oh, what the hell were you looking at? You can't tell me that ball was over the plate. What were you doing? Regenerating?
The movies for 400. The one with transparent aluminum, or as the British would say, aluminium. The answer is Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home. And did you know they have transparent aluminum today? We're in the Strange New Worlds for 600. The senior staffer is the sole survivor of a Gorn attack on their ship years ago. Who is that staffer? The answer is Lan Noonien Singh. Name that ensign for 600. Who is this young ensign that you may recognize from current roles? The answer is Robin Leffler, played none other than by Ashley Judd. Trek writers for 600. Dax, Lonely Among Us, Enterprise Incident. The writer is D.C. Fontana. Potent Potables for 600. Manufactured, distributed, exported, and named after the species who created it. The answer is Saurian brandy. Hobbies for 600. Chief O'Brien regularly threw his shoulder out doing this activity. No dirty answers on this one. The correct answer is kayaking.
What happened to you?
I was kayaking on the holodeck again.
You dislocated your shoulder.
Not storming the Alamo, not anything else that you may think of. Kayaking. Movies for 600. The Doc Brown actor stars in this movie. The answer is, of course, Star Trek III, The Search for Spock, and that Doc Brown actor is Christopher Lloyd. Next, we're in the Strange New Worlds for 800. Quality of Mercy is an alternate reality version of which TOS episode? The answer, Balance of Terror. Name that ensign for 800. Who is that ensign with those nose ridges? That ensign is Cedo Jaxa. Very impressive if you got that one. Trek writers for 800. The Visitor, Drive, In the Pale Moonlight. The answer is Michael Taylor, the writer of the worst Star Trek episode of all time, In the Pale Moonlight. Potent Potables for 800. Mentioned briefly in Star Trek 2009, just don't confuse it for Kanar. The answer is A Cardassian Sunrise. Hobbies for 800. Major Kira has been known to play this Bajoran sport. That sport is spring ball, not freedom fighting. The movies for 800. Riker shaved his beard during this movie, and frankly, we still cannot unsee it. That movie was Star Trek Insurrection. Star Trek Strange New Worlds for 1000. The book Dr. Mbenga is reading to his daughter is written by this Star Trek character. And if you guessed Benny Russell from DS9, you are right. Name that ensign for 1000. And who is that ensign? The answer is Gates. Trek writers for 1000. They wrote The Wounded, Day of Honor, and The Outcast. The answer is Jerry Taylor. Potent Potables for 1000. This sweet and fruity wine produced in the Gamma Quadrant is made from a blue fruit and is known for its distinctive color. The answer is Tula Berry Wine. Congratulations if you got that one right. Hobbies for 1,000. James Kirk and Belana Torres share this hobby, even though we've never technically seen Kirk do it. What is that hobby? The answer is orbital skydiving, which of course we see in the Star Trek reboots.
Disengage safety protocols.
Warning. Disengaging safety protocols presents extreme risk of injury.
Override.
Acknowledged. Safety protocols have been disengaged.
Drop the force field on my mark.
Aye.
Mark.
The movie's for 1,000. This is the only Star Trek film where the film title does not appear until well after the credits. The answer? Star Trek Beyond. We're preparing to go into Final Jeopardy. Hopefully your score is in good shape right now, but if it's not, this is a good time to bet everything, don't you think? Of course, you can't bet everything until you know the clue, and you're not going to find out to the clue until you like or subscribe for our YouTube page or leave a comment on some of those clues you want to see in the future. Did you do it? Did you really? All right. I guess we can continue on to Final Jeopardy then. With that said, today, our Final Jeopardy clue category is pets. Now that you have your wager set, let's hear our Final Jeopardy clue. Later in his life, Picard named his dog this. The answer, of course, is number 1. Of course, he's going to name his dog number 1. And the question is Riker supposed to take that as a compliment that he got named after a dog? I don't really know about that. But I suppose it's a lot better of a nickname than JL. Am I right about that? Well, thanks for joining us for Star Trek Jeopardy. We hope you tune in next time. We have another episode already recorded of Star Trek Jeopardy, and I promise you don't have to see Rob's face again in that one either, though he's probably going to reappear in the future. So thanks for joining us in Star Trek Jeopardy. My name is Nick from the Keeping Up with the Cardassians podcast. We're so glad you could join us. Have a great rest of the day. May you live long and prosper. All right, we hope you're enjoying Star Trek Jeopardy. Our first clue today is why Rob sucks for 200.
Nick, what are you doing, man?
I'm hosting Star Trek
Poorly.
I'm doing a great job.
The category sucks.
Well, it doesn't help that you suck, sir.
If you play your cards right.